Hello guys! Back at it again with the videos. That was a bad joke. Anyway, I wanted to tell you or talk to you about my short time at retail. I know there's a lot of stories, but why not? I'm bored and I just do this as a hobby, so why not? So I guess the first thing I'm going to start with is I don't want to say the name of the company. It's a pretty big chain, so whatever. Um, so first of all, you're gonna have those rude customers, and I've had a few, um, but it's whatever. I have made some mistakes, and I will, I'll admit that. Um, so I'll start with um, the one I have notes up here, and I can't even get my brain to work right now, so bear with me. And yeah, I know it's dark. I don't have very good lighting right now, so just try to deal with it, please. So I guess the first thing I'm going to start with is the mistakes that I've made. I've made a few, and the first one I'm going to start with is on I think the second full day that I started working there. There was a woman that came in, and she had a small total, and she wanted to pay with a $100 bill, and I kind of looked at it. I was like, what do I do with this? So she kind of got annoyed, and she said, well, I can pay with a card, that would be better or whatever. Me, I don't really know how I'm supposed to, like, deal with that kind of stuff. I said, oh no, this will be fine. Well, mind you, we were kind of working on like a small supply of cash. We were on survival mode, and I didn't have enough cash in my register for it. So I kind of freaked out. Called over the PA system. I need customer service up here. So I think it was like the only other person that was working with me at that time came over, explained the situation. She kind of looked a little ticked off, and I felt really bad. And she's like, okay, well, we'll do this. I'll run to the back, try to get more, try to get her change. And she said, well, I offered to pay with my card. And my coworker kind of looked at me, and she's like, she did? And I said, yeah. She's like, okay, well, next time, like, let her pay with her card or something like that. This isn't going to be word for word because I don't really remember stuff that well. So I'm not like quoting. I'm just kind of saying what I kind of remember. And I thought for sure that I was gonna like get yelled at or whatever, but I didn't. I guess because I was still new, and I felt really, really bad about that. And I also felt really stupid. But she got her change, and we moved on from there. And then there was a lady who came in who wanted to pay with a check, and we do accept those. We have a little machine to put them through, and we have a register that sometimes wants to work, sometimes doesn't. Our drawer gets stuck sometimes, and I don't know how to open it. There's only a few people that do know how to open it when it does get stuck, but my machine didn't want to accept the check, and I don't remember exactly what it was. I guess like on the papers, I think she signed on it, but something happened in between there. Um, So my my coworker that was helping me out at that time, she said, "Well, we'll get you over on this register, and we're gonna reboot this computer." I think it was. So she did that, and then the lady was like, "Well, I signed off on it, so I don't know, if that means um, that it took the money out or not." And my coworker looked at me, and I felt really stupid. Um, and she said she did. She goes, "I am so sorry. That was a miscommunication." Um, and I'm just standing there like, oh God, like what did I do this time? Um, so she gave her check. She said, "I think it went through. You can leave." So she did. And I'm just kind of standing there like, I am so sorry. Um, I said, I'll try to do, better next time. I'll try to communicate better. And she was nice about it. Um, so I really appreciate her for that, for being patient with me. So that was that. Um, the second thing that I want to talk about is I'm still pretty new. I think I'm on maybe my second or third week. And I have most things down, but there's still some things that I don't remember or I don't know, um, or some things that are still difficult for me. But just try to be patient with me. I try to do the best I can, especially since we've gotten really busy around this time. And I'm bound to make mistakes, so please just try to be patient with me. Um, and most people have, which I really appreciate. There have been 2 people so far that have helped me out during my break for paying for, my stuff, which I really appreciate you doing that for me so that I could go on my 10-minute break because that's all I get when I work 4 hours, which is fine. It's enough time to get my blood sugar back up. And I'm not diabetic, but I do have blood sugar problems that it gets too low and then I feel like I'm going to pass out and everything. But, so those people are really nice. And I don't expect anybody to do that. So it kind of makes my day when somebody does that. Even a simple smile or hi, how are you really makes my day too. So to those people who do that, thank you. I try to be nice to every customer that comes in. And it would be awesome if you could return that favor to me. I God, I can't remember things very well. Um, the one thing that makes me the what do I want to say? The most irritated probably is that when parents don't watch their kids, and we're a relatively small store, but still, there have been kids who go in the toy aisle, and I mean, it's one aisle of toys, and it's kind of a small aisle. So when your kids go over there and start throwing stuff on the floor, that's a tripping hazard, and we could potentially get sued for that. Usually the parents aren't down there with them. They just kind of let their kids run around the store, and that's usually where they go, throw stuff on the floor, and then don't pick it up. And while I know it's our job to do recovery, we still have other things to do than just go over there every 5 minutes and pick up after your kids. I know parenting is hard. I'm not a parent myself yet, but I've helped out watching children. I have a brother. He doesn't do that stuff, but I get it. Parenting is hard. But to let your kids run off and start throwing things on the floor and not make them pick it back up, it's kind of rude. And I don't really appreciate it. So if you could just try to keep an eye on your kids, and if they make a mess, please just have them pick it up or whatever, so that we don't, because it's not our fault if somebody trips, because like I said, we can't go over there every 5 minutes and pick up after your kids. But we could still potentially get sued. So I don't appreciate that part. But most of my time working there, in the short span that I've been there, has been pretty nice. I don't hate my job. My coworkers are pretty awesome, and I really appreciate them. I've made a few friends. My social anxiety has become a lot less. I like the social interaction. It really helps out with my mental state when the day isn't bad. But yeah, other than that, I just kind of wanted to tell that it's not necessarily like bashing customers. It's just kind of like a little bit of a rant to just get my feelings out there of just all this. But yeah, I guess that's it for now. If you want to hear like any, I don't really have many stories. My life is kind of boring other than that. But just, comment, whatever. So that's about it. And thanks for watching. Bye.